I want to talk today about the dying light of satire on the savage nation. Years ago in the United States, I remember 15 years ago, liberals were heard to utter the phrase, "I may disagree with what you have to say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it." There are no liberals anymore. The liberals are dead in America. When was the last time you heard a liberal utter this phrase? The left in this country are not liberals. They are Euro-socialists, bordering on neo-fascists. They said 20 years ago that I may disagree with what you have to say, but I will defend your right to say it because I'm a liberal. Have you heard that once in the last few days from a liberal? People who pose as liberals, Larry King, any of them say that? They're in the free speech business, but they can't keep up with us. They can't keep up with us, none of them. They don't have our brains, they don't have our power, they don't have our guts. The left is filled with martinets today who are more concerned with sensitivity than with truth, who are more concerned with getting along and going along with the radical minority pressure groups, with the deviant groups, than whether our nation and our society is falling victim to a new sort of totalitarianism. These groups would destroy satire. They would destroy sarcasm. They would destroy ridicule. Even when these are in the service of the greater good. You see, we're entering a new dark age in the media and in the world of free speech. We are on the brink of the humorless society. We are coming to a time when only the drab and ignorant will be allowed to speak, when anything that contains wit will be suspect, when anything that pokes fun at the entrenched forces of power will be crushed, when all thought that deviates from the accepted parameters of leftist correctness will be expunged. I warn you, do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light of satire. For satire illuminates. Satire enlightens. Satire exposes fools and villains for who they are. And if satire is claimed as the prey of a malevolent and humorless liberal establishment, then that light will die, and the world will enter into 1,000 years of darkness. It's your freedom of speech that is at stake. What is next? Shall we raise money for Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson to buy matches to go have a book burning? Perhaps they want to put my book, The Political Zoo, in a bonfire. I mean, after all, Aristotle said man is a political animal. And I took the leading lights of the media and of the political world, and I turned them into animals. Should that be banned? Is that hurtful to make Katie Couric perky and annoyous, for example? Does that hurt her like the basketball team was hurt? Is her soul hurt because I called her a pygmy marmoset? Should that be banned? After all, it's hurtful. I called Hillary Clinton the limber leopard. Is she hurt now? See, there was a time in America when public figures could be ridiculed. I'm ridiculed all the time. You should see the things that these vermin say about me. I wrote a whole book where I ridiculed people. Jimmy Carter I called Marxist peanut farm era, the big-toothed muskrat. Perhaps Jimmy Carter wants me to stop talking, and maybe Jimmy wants to burn my book. You see what I'm getting at here? Don't you understand that when you let street criminals, be the arbiters of free speech, you lose your free speech. Now, I'm going to ask a question right now, and I want the lines kept open for this one. Here's the question. Should Michael Savage be removed from the airwaves? And if so, why? Should I be fired? That's all. Simple question. Should Michael Savage be fired? And if so, why? Now, you're going to be given an opportunity, if you hate me, to express yourself clearly. Millions of people are listening to you. So go ahead. Take a shot at me. See if you can win. Take a shot. Step right up and tell me why I should be fired. Now, I know you're all good liberals. And you believe in freedom of speech as long as it's street thugs like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and people who run pornographic websites. That's your idea of free speech.